It's only October, but in the DIY world, Christmas is finally here. What's up guys, a long time no see. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Araceli and this is Aracelichanyt DIY, where I do a little bit of everything DIY, decor, hacks, always on a budget. If you guys are new here or haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Today I have some beautiful but super simple Christmas DIYs. Let's go ahead and jump right in. For this DIY, I printed out a silhouette of a reindeer on some cardstock. I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to trace the antlers. I'm going to use some of my markers here. And you know what? I really like these markers because on one end you have something that's a little bit thicker and flat. The other side you have something that's a little bit more fine tip. And this is the one that I'm going to use to be in warm gray. Well, that would be Kai in the background. And if you want to catch the shorter videos that may not end up here first, make sure you follow me on my socials, Aracelichanyt DIY. Okay, so I chose this 8x10 Dollar Tree picture frame because it's a really nice color and I love the texture on it or the design on it. And I'm going to take everything from the inside out. I found this really pretty faux fur at Dollar Tree as well, and it's the perfect color for a reindeer. Okay, so I guess I didn't think about this piece right here that's gonna stick up, but so I think that if you do like it with the fur out, which I really do, you can always take a little bit of hot glue and glue these pieces down so that they don't stick up. Now, you might say, why don't you just cut the faux fur in the shape of the deer and then glue it down? Well, when you cut it, it literally just falls apart. So I don't think that's a great idea. I mean, I feel like you might be able to clean it up a little bit, but for the most part, it's shedding quite a bit. So yeah. Okay, so if you do the glass, it might be a little bit hard to see the texture of the fur, but you can actually kind of squeeze it in there, like in between the frame, and just put it like a piece of paper, like the cardstock, and just start messing around with, just kind of start moving it around, and it'll give the fur more texture. I'm always checking the thrift stores for stuff like this because it's so much cheaper there. This one was 79 cents and it's a really good size. This is 8 inches, almost 9 inches tall. I'm also gonna take this candle holder from Dollar Tree. Alright, so I'll be using this folk art metallic paint in champagne. I have this really pretty crochet piece that I purchased at St. Vincent de Paul, and this was $1.25. It was such a good deal. I'm going to place it right on top of the foam piece. Then I'm just going to play around with it and kind of make some folds all the way around. No, I hope it's not looking like a ghost. I'm gonna make it a point for just one side to be completely visible because there's not a lot of extra for it to have folds all the way around, and I want it to look more or less like this than flat. Okay, so at Dollar Tree you can find these little wooden angels, and I'm gonna use that same metallic paint to give it a little paint job. Now I'm going to use some of these beads to decorate around the tree. you're gonna need 2 frames from Dollar Tree. Then I also picked up some faux leather from the Crafter Square collection. I found brown, and I actually also found this really pretty white. You can go online and find a reindeer silhouette, and you're gonna find lots of options, and you can just pick from there. In my case, I did pick this one. This has a really nice texture to it, and honestly, this is a pain in the butt to cut. If you have a cutting machine, it would probably make it so much easier, but if you don't, not everybody does, this will work just fine. You could also just tape the actual picture to it and then cut around, but it's up to you. These antlers are not very fun to cut, and they are a tiny bit time consuming. If you can design them to where you don't have to cut in so many small spots, then I think you should be good, but just so you guys are aware, this is going to take you a little bit longer than the body. For the frame, you're going to want to take everything out and just leave the glass. From the second frame, you're just going to need the glass, so make sure and save the frame so you can use it for a different project. Now go ahead and take your deer and place it on the first piece of glass, and that's the one that's going to be facing out. You can add anything else in here, but I like that it's just going to be nice and simple, and it's just going to be the reindeer. And then on the second piece of glass, go ahead and give it a good wipe down, and I would actually add a little bit of Windex also, just to make sure there's no smudges or anything like that. Now you can place that piece of glass right on top of the reindeer. Be nice and flat, and then just push those tabs down. So here's the thing, if you don't want these tabs to show, you can always take them out and then just glue the second piece of glass right into the frame. I'm not going to do that because I like reusing my stuff for different crafts, so I'm just going to keep it how it is. Typically I'll mention it, but whatever's not Dollar Tree or Thrifted, I do have linked in my Amazon storefront. You can find the link down below. I got this big bag at the thrift store, and we're gonna do 2 big ones, 2 medium ones, and 2 small ones. I'll be taking this tray decor, as well as 4 of these little wooden shapes from Dollar Tree. Making sure you've been behaving okay. When you glue this down, make sure that you glue it on this end and not where the screw is. That way, if you ever want to change the batteries, it's just going to be easy to take it off to replace them. Before I start gluing these down, I'm going to thread the light right into here. I'm going to glue the first ball down, and you don't have to add a ton, just enough glue to hold it down onto the little tray. I'm going to twist it really well so that I can put it through the ball here, because it is kind of tight. I want to make sure it goes all the way through the other end. For the second one, I'm just going to thread it through again. Why I did it that way, like up and down and then back that way. That way the string is not really visible. And then I'm going to glue this ball down also, and then repeat the steps for this one. I'll be using one of these Scarecrow hats from Dollar Tree, but I am going to be taking this little plaid piece of ribbon that's on here, because I don't really like that. We're just going to keep this little guy nice and neutral. All your secret dreams can come true. I'm going to be taking some of this fabric from Dollar Tree. It's really pretty, nice and shiny, and I'm going to make a little scarf for her. So I'm just going to cut a small piece of it. I do have a few pine picks that I'm just going to start adding here to the bottom. I think it would also look pretty nice with a candle right in between. So I'm going to take a thumbtack and I'm going to stick it right at the bottom of the candle. Press it down really well. And then add some hot glue. And then just stick it right in the center. This is literally just for looks, so do not light it, or if you do, light it at your own risk. I wouldn't light it though. The battery pack is super easy to just turn on and off.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
I don't remember if this was Pottery Barn, but I would never spend $129 on something like this that I can make for like $20. $21.25 to be exact, with everything that I purchased from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take those 2 wood planks and I'm going to glue them together, but I'm also going to take some popsicle sticks that I'm going to use as reinforcement. And I like this side better, so I'm going to glue on the bottom of this side. Give this a really simple stain by using this deep brown acrylic paint from Dollar Tree and a baby wipe. I have a bunch of these little Christmas tree ornaments from Dollar Tree. There's plenty to choose from. There's the simple green with a little bit of the white. There's some that are a little bit more flocked than others. So depending on what look you're going for. I also have these little wooden pieces from Dollar Tree that I'm going to use to give some of the other trees some height. That way they're kind of staggered and not all the same size. And they're not going anywhere. This hot glue is pretty sturdy. And as you can see, they are staggered in heights. I think I'm gonna go and use this Spanish moss instead, because it does look a little bit similar to what's in the inspiration picture. It is gonna be messy, so just bear with it. And instead of breaking it apart, what you could do is just make a little loop, and then you could kind of put it over the trees. And then just kind of stick it in there. You can also just stuff it in there. Now you can leave this as is, or like me, you can use some of these LED string lights from Dollar Tree. I'll be using 2 of these. It's still in fact October, you may not be ready for Christmas DIY, so if you're still decorating for fall, make sure you check out these videos for some really awesome fall decor ideas. With that said, thank you all so much for tuning into today's video. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!